Welcome back to Deano's garage for my Triumph Sprint ST1050. Now, on this bike at the moment I have a non-standard exhaust, but I have a standard LED light. Now this rear light system looks pretty ugly married up with this. We have pretty standard-ish LED indicators, but what I want to do is, using the towel tidy bracketry here, is remove the LED light, remove these LED indicators, and I'm going to be putting on something which is pretty much the same as the BMW S1000, and that basically means we're going to have indicators which are also the rear lights, so that will tidy up this whole back end. So yeah, let's get on with some of this now. We'll start with obviously removing the rear light, and we'll look at the wiring that we've got to do. So let's get started with the project and let's get on with sorting this out and removing it. Right, so let's start by getting this off right now. I've taken this little cover plate off and it exposes a lot of wires, but reasonably simply we simply have here the connector for the actual rear light. We have this connector for the number plate LED, and then we have the wire running from one indicator and the wire running from the other indicator. So you might think, what the blazes is all of that about? So that's what I need to discover, because in theory we should simply have indicator, rear light, and also the LED number plate just running into this loom. So I need to take this all apart and really investigate and see what is all of this mess about. So let's get started. So what we have here in all of this basically looks like a series of wiring to basically create the right resistance for the rear to be able to work on LED indicators, because the front still works on the standard built-in bulb on those mirrors. So we got basically the right indicator here. Normally you'd see this wiring running straight into the loom, but what they've done is they've connected up and put in a resistance for the LED to be able to work on both sides. I've disconnected the light here, which is an LED light which runs straight off of this connector. So the hope is, what I will be able to do is take the wiring from here and then snip the wiring at some point here and connect up these wires and these wires into the right hand rear light indicator, and also run off the same wires into this side for the left hand rear light indicator, as I say, as per the S1000. So what I'm going to do is start snipping some of these wires off to give me plenty of length, and then get the other new indicator lights, take the wiring off of here and start to experiment and see if we can actually make this work. So I'll get started on that now. Right, so I've got on a little bit. So what I have done is figured out the wiring. So these are just loosely in place. These are the new indicator stroke brake light rear lights that I was talking about. They're designed for a BMW, and these are just loosely in place, and I've just sort of loosely wired down here to test. So at the moment I'll show you what these are like. So there you can see, when I pull the brake lever, push on the rear brake, we have a brake light. Just on one side for now, I've only wired in this side, and also we have the indicator. Now it is also meant to be on as a rear light. Now I did try and power the main 12-volt rear light to this, but it actually blew a fuse, and I'm not quite sure that I can on this actual bike here wire it so I can power this to be the rear light, the brake light and the indicators. I'm happy with it as it is, being indicator and brake light. I think that's going to work really well. And I've also ordered a small oval light just to work here as a single rear light. I may also wire that so it goes to the brake light as well, so we end up having a three-way brake lighting warning system, which, you know, will be better than obviously just one, or arguably better than just two. I'll see how that goes. It might be that I just end up sticking with that being the rear light, the main tail light, and then have these as brake lights and indicators. The number plate's going to come up nice and high just underneath that light, and I will incorporate that small number plate light also to be shining on the number plate, just to make things legal. So that's where I am with it at the moment. And yeah, stay tuned to Deano's Garage, because I'll be back going on holiday for a week, and then when I come back I'll try and get this finished up. As always, thanks for watching Deano's Garage.